This is StoryLink Radio. Our stories are presented before a live audience, then recorded for the StoryLink Radio podcast for your on-demand listening pleasure. Please visit StoryLinkRadio.com for show notes, to find out how to join our live audience, and for lots of free stuff, including free audiobooks and much more. This episode is the next chapter in MORTE D'ARTHUR. Please remember to visit www.storylinkradio.com. Chapter 11 of a great tourney made by King Arthur and the two kings Ban and Bors, and how they went over the sea. And King Arthur and the two kings let depart the 700 knights in two parties. And there were 300 knights of the realm of Benwick and of Gaul turned on the other side. Then they dressed their shields and began to couch their spears, many good knights. And so Griflet was the first that met with a knight, one Latinus, and they met so eagerly that all men had wonder, and they so fought that their shields fell to pieces, and horse and man fell to earth. And both the French knight and the English knight lay so long that all men weened they had been dead. When Lucas the butler saw Griflet so lie, he horsed him again anon, and they two did marvellous deeds of arms with many bachelors. Also Sir Kay came out of an ambushment with 5 knights with him, and they 6 smote other 6 down. But Sir Kay did that day marvellous deeds of arms, that there was none did so well as he that day. Then there came Latinus and Gracien, 2 knights of France, and did passing well, that all men praised them. Then there came Sir Placidus, a good knight, and met with Sir Kay, and smote him down horse and man, wherefore Sir Griflet was wroth, and met with Sir Placidus so hard that horse and man fell to the earth. But when the 5 knights wist that Sir Kay had a fall, they were wroth out of wit, and therewith each of them 5 bare down a knight. When King Arthur and the 2 kings saw them begin to wax wroth on both parties, they leapt on small hackneys and let cry that all men should depart unto their lodging. And so they went home and unarmed them, and so to evensong and supper. And after, the 3 kings went into a garden, and gave the prize unto Sir Kay, and to Lucas the butler, and unto Sir Griflet. Then they went unto council, and with them Gwenbos, the brother unto Sir Ban and Bors, a wise clerk, and thither went Ulfius and Brastias, and Merlin. And after they had been in council, they went unto bed. And on the morn they heard mass, and to dinner, and so to their council, and made many arguments on what were best to do. At the last they were concluded that Merlin should go with a token of King Ban, and that was a ring, unto his men and King Bors, and Gracien and Placidus should go again and keep their castles in their countries. As for dread of King Claudas, King Ban of Benwick and King Bors of Gaul had ordained them, and so passed the sea and came to Benwick. And when the people saw King Ban's ring, and Gracien and Placidus, they were glad. And they asked how the kings had fared, and they made great joy of their welfare and according unto the sovereign lord's desire. The men of war made them ready in all haste possible, so that they were 15,000 on horse and foot. They had great plenty of victual with them by Merlin's provision, but Gracien and Placidus were left to furnish and garnish the castles for dread of King Claudas. Right so Merlin passed the sea, well victualled both by water and by land. And when he came to the sea, he sent home the footmen again, and took no more with him but 10,000 men on horseback, the most part men of arms, and so shipped and passed the sea into England, and landed at Dover. And through the wit of Merlin he had the host northward, the privriest way that could be thought, under the forest of Bedegraine, and there in the valley he lodged them secretly. And then rode Merlin unto Arthur and the 2 kings, and told them how he had sped, whereof they had great marvel that man on earth might speed so soon, and go and come. So Merlin told them 10,000 were in the forest of Bedegraine, well armed at all points. Then was there no more to say, but to horseback went all the host as Arthur had afore purveyed. So with 20,000 he passed by night and day. But there was made such an ordinance afore by Merlin, that there should be no man of war ride nor go in no country on this side Trent water, but if he had a token from King Arthur, wherethrough the king's enemies durst not ride as they did tofore to espy. Check back soon for the next chapter of MORTE D'ARTHUR. Thank you for listening to StoryLink Radio. If you like what you've just heard, we hope you will subscribe to our podcast and pass along our web address, www.storylinkradio.com. Be sure to visit our website for show notes, to find out how to join our live audience, and for lots of free stuff, including free audiobooks and much more. Join us next time for another story from StoryLink Radio.